Are you an 8? Like no guy cares if you're a virgin if you don't look good to him. If you're dating a guy out of your league. But I think as girls we often like lie to each other because we like gas each other up more than we're not really honest about looks.
But I also feel like with the whole looks thing, if you're conventionally a certain good looking person, I do feel like it wipes all your wrongs. Like literally, if and also like there's two things. If you're a pretty girl, your wrongs are written off. Whatever you've done, if some man will push it all aside because you're pretty.
You're correct in some people have pretty privilege. So attractive men get to be more of an asshole. They get away with it, right? Yeah. Pretty girls get to do more hoe shit and they get away with it. It's just part like Lori Harvey. She still could have married Michael B. Jordan.
Was she on hoe shit though? She just dated a couple of guys.
Like a million rappers.
Million or not? She's. I mean,
but it takes a certain type of girl to deal with Future. Why would you long term do that?
That's the issue. That's the whole conversation on its own. To do with Future being baby number, whatever. That's a whole different conversation.
Right.
But I'm saying, but it
says something about her character.
I don't know, because if you're dating these men, thinking like she's actually dating men, like she's not like running through different men or doing whatever. She's actually going on vacation. They're doing things.
Why can't she keep them?
I think she dropped Michael though. She didn't want. He's 35 and she's 25. And she doesn't want to be married right now.
But I'm saying that's why men don't want to wife hoes, is because hoes don't stay. They always return back to the streets because they're addicted to the attention.
One man's hoe is another man's housewife, so it really depends on what.
God forbid.
That's what you say. Another thing as well. I could move country tomorrow. You could become a hoe in London. I could move to Newcastle, not be a hoe. How are you going to find out?
You're not incorrect. You're right. Some girls get away with it, but the problem is it's the damage to yourself is above all. You can trick a guy, sure. Okay, that's possible, but I've talked to older women and they all say the hoes get divorced first because they can't stay. They're addicted to the attention and they're not great mothers.
So you build that character and that character goes with you everywhere. So you can move to a different country and you're just gonna relive that cycle all over again because that's your character. That's who you are.
So what? The wives who were say hoes in the past can't stay, but if the husbands were to be a hoe, or whatever,
he's gonna stay.
Are they the same or can they stay? Because if they've had all these other options, they're used to the attention as well now.
So, partially, you're like I do think guys that sleep around are more likely to cheat.
Men,
like if I had to guess, but it's different because men and women are different, and so they say that a girl sleeping with one guy is the equivalent of a guy's 19. Like when you look at his marital happiness, the ideal is virgin. So 2 virgins is the ideal. That is the highest marriage rates. I agree. I think that's the ideal. But the thing is with men, when they get to 9 partners versus 6, their marital happiness goes up, not down. Yeah. So there's not really as much of a difference.
Are these who are these stats based on?
Here we go.
American. No. I just need to know. Are they based on Americans or the UK? Are they based on all colours or one race or one culture? I need to know.
If you want, Rollo Tomasi does a really good episode where his name's Rollo Tomasi. He does a really great episode where he links all of the studies, but it's based on multiple studies with different sample sizes in different places, and they're surveying people.
That's what I want to know because I feel like I like to know. Okay. Because I think stats and stuff and surveys are amazing and I love them, but also it has to about the environment or what they're in. But if you're doing if it's a multiple range of people and cultures and groups, that's great because then I get to a holistic point of view. But if you're talking about like a straight man and a gay man, I'm pretty sure they have not got necessarily the same kind of views or values or even experiences that make them different.
But this is kind of one of those things that I didn't even really need to see a study. To me, it's like common sense. Like women since the beginning of time, men have had multiple wives and women have had one strong man. I want to say the stat is 8. Oh my gosh, what is it? It's 40% of women reproduced historically where 80% of men did. So it's like 2 men to every 1 woman.
But do you think it's possible for us to evolve from that? Because I think we have.
Yeah. It's written into our DNA. This is like the biological component of who we are. Like you have to think the whole of human civilization in 2022, now things are different.
No, we're sleeping with the same guys still. If you look at the dating app data, 100% of women want 20% of men, and sometimes it's even smaller than that. If you want a guy that's over 6 foot, that's 15% of men. If you want him to make a certain amount of money, that's a smaller percentage of men. If you want a certain ethnicity, that's a smaller percentage of men. If you want, like, women are sleeping with the same men today. One out of 3 men under 30 are virgins or haven't had sex in a year.
Say that again?
1 out of 3 men under 30 are either virgins or haven't had sex in a year.
Wow, that sounds hard to believe.
No, but there's once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so, as a girl, there's a whole group of men we just don't see.
Think about when you were in school. How many? There was a small select group of guys that everybody knew about. The rest of them just were invisible. Think about it.
Mm-hmm. Or even when you walk into a room, like you'll find that like you'll be able to remember people, and maybe there might be a guy who'll go, "Oh, I remember you from this event." You go, "I don't remember you. Never saw you."
That happens a lot.
It's invisible.
But I know one woman, yeah, used to go to a gym that I went to, yeah, and she was sexually free, and she made it known. Everyone knew about it that she's sexually free, and I can't tell you how many guys from the gym she slept with. And then the thing is about men, we talk as much as some women think we don't, but we talk, and they will say, "Oh yeah." So it came to a point where she was dating, not sleeping, but actually dating someone from the same gym, and the other men that had already slept with her started talking about it, and we just thought, oh, we looked at him and thought, well, what are you doing with yourself? We looked at him as the loser. It came to the point where she was now requesting marriage, and then because word has already come round, he already knew that she had slept with all these other men prior. He did not want to marry her, and what happened was, even when it came down to her children, because she had, I think, 3 or 4 children, she would look for a babysitter for her children to go and sleep, not with her boyfriend, but other men. So the sexual addiction was already there. So I say that to say this, like when you are sexually free, as a lot of these, well, we're calling them actors, we're calling them actors. When you are sexually free, you have to know that there will come a point in time where you may not want to do that anymore. And as men, I don't want to know that you slept with my bedroom. You know, I don't need to know that. You know, I don't. For me, it's not a fact. It's not a thing where I would accept it in my household. So I don't feel like a lot of these actors on OnlyFans or whatnot, they think about that.
One thing that annoys me, and again, I'll say that doing and being an actor, as you want to call it, you're free to do as you please. Do what you want. The one thing that annoys me is when those same women then ask for high value men.